Welcome to the 290 Moe podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself for my viewers and listeners.
Man, my name's Straight Glass, Mr. Glass himself. Videographer from West Side of Chicago. You know.
Okay, for sure. So I know you just did an interview last week. Mine's a little bit different. I like to really get into the meat and bones. You know what I'm saying? And start from the top. You know, and then what you got going on, then what you got coming up. So let's start with the name, man. Was that self-giving and somebody gave to you? How you come? Because that is dope. It's dope. Straight Glass. I'm sure that shit glass.
Nah, I came up with the name with a lot of things that factored into it. Like, basically, I had said the name to myself, like trying to come up with something that was like authentic a little bit, but then it was like I couldn't really find too much. So it was like one day I was in a barbershop getting my hair cut, and one of my homies was like, "Man, bro, I got these checks that I'm trying to pop on. Ooh, they glass." I'm like, glass, okay. And then it was like, man, what else can I go with glass? Like, I was just trying to come up with everything. I was like, Straight Glass. And then shortly after that, like, once I said Straight Glass, it was like, my uncle was telling me a story from about, like, back in the days when he used to, like, sell work or whatever. He like, man, bro, I used to have that glass. I'm talking about Straight Glass. I say, man, that's crazy. That's my name that I'm coming up with for my Woo Out the Bim. Because I like purity and quality in videos. So I'm like, I'm about that crisp. So I'm like, man, Straight Glass. And then it was just like everybody just like straight drop and everything that just kept evolving around the whole glass thing. So I'm like, yeah, Straight Glass is it. So then when I put it out there, like a lot, I had got like a good response and that, but like, yeah, that's it.
Okay. So before you were Straight Glass, talk to me about growing up out west. What was your experience like growing up out west?
I mean, where I grew up at, it's called the Village, and you know, basically that's what it is. It's a village. It's like, you know, everybody somehow, some way, family or related to each other, or you feel me? If we ain't related, man, that's my cousin, because his mom and my mama was best friends type thing. Like, you know, so it was just like that. Like, you know, I grew up in what you could call one of the roughest neighborhoods, but I was well protected because we a family. Like, literally, like the Village. It's like, that's what it is. We're a family. And it was just like growing up, you had, you know, the best of everything when you well protected or well known throughout the neighborhood. But of course, you know, that come with its own different anxieties in any neighborhood. You feel me? You lose people, you lose family members, friends, all types of stuff. But it was like, man, you know, I wouldn't want to grow up no other place. I love where I'm from.
Okay, for sure. Definitely 290. You know what I'm saying? I definitely love where you from. So before you was Straight Glass, what they was calling
you? My name always been.
You ain't gotta tell me your government.
You feel me? So you know,
okay.
But that always been my name though. But my friends, my homies, they call me Big T.
Okay.
You feel me? And then like when I was doing the producing thing, it was Smelly on the beat. So you know, Big T, Smelly on the beats. Okay. And then, you know, just my regular name.
So growing up out west, what did you? I was in your last interview, so I know a little bit. So
right.
Before you start picking up what you got going on now, what did you think you was gonna be? What did you want to be? And did you want to hoop? Did you want to be a doctor, a lawyer? What was your mindset then?
And in reality, bro, I wanted to be a mortician. I ain't gonna lie. I found like
person. D told D's. She wanted to be one too.
So it's like I wanted to be a mortician because it was like, you feel me? Like I said, where I'm from, it's like you constantly see death. So it's like eventually you get numb to it. Like you get real immune to it. So it became a thing where it's like I'm going to funerals. I want to say just about every other week or so. You know, so it was just like, man, going to them funerals back to back, you start picking up on stuff. You start going up to the casket. You start like inspecting the body, so to speak. So I'm like, you know, not knowing that these incisions is what they inserting to draw blood. I'm like, man, he got shot in the neck and da-da-da-da-da. She's like, how you know that? I'm like, man, look. And then it's like, I'm really close up on the body, like looking at it, interested, but like amazed though, like, man, that's a dead person, you know? But it was like, that's what I had wanted to be, but music was always in me. You know, I had uncles that rap, cousins that rap, like, so it was like music was a constant thing. And then growing up, every Sunday when it's time to clean, of course, my mama, she playing old school music. So it's like you getting music 24/24. So music was always in me. So eventually once I got to a point of like really figuring out what I wanted to do, it was like I knew I wanted to be in the music somehow, some way. You know, I didn't want to be a rapper. Everybody be like, man, I want to rap. I would rap. I could rap. You know, I got songs out there, but I wasn't the rapper. I never wanted to be in front of the camera. So I was found myself like, man, I might be a music manager. I might be something that revolves around music though. And then it just panned out to be a director.
So when you took your first step in the music, what aspect was it? Since you wasn't interested in being an artist, oh, it was rapping.
It was rapping. It was like, so basically, you feel me? In my neighborhood, we had like some of the like best rappers. You feel me? Shooter Mac, Dopey Dope, Big Killer. It was like we really had rappers. You feel me? Like even Mac, he made it to the news for his song "All I Know Is Shoot." You feel me? Which was like a trendy song during the whole drill era. So it was like rapping was just like, all right, man, bet. And then my brother was really like my biggest inspiration behind the whole rapping thing because he really was cold. Like he just don't take it serious, but he really like lyrically cold. So it was like everybody in my hood just started going on this rapping page, from my cousins to my homies to a lot of my friends. Everybody just started rapping. So I'm like, all right, man, you know what? They can do it. I know I could do it. And I got in there and I was like really cold with it. But it was just like, it wasn't me. Like, you know, most people get on there rapping and lying. And it was, so what I was doing, I was lying. Like, and I kill it, nigga, da da da. And it's like, I ain't finna kill nobody for real. So it was like, I was like, man, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, realizing like that's not my truth.
Right.
So it was like, but that's how I got into it. Like saying all my homies rapping and stuff. And I'm like, man, I know I can do this.
Okay, so you kind of walked into my next question. I was gonna ask you, what was your subject matter? Like, what type of?
Oh, it was that. Like, so it was like, of course, rapping during that era is like the whole drill and, you know, the Chief Keef and, you know, all that other stuff. So it was like, you gonna rap what your peers rapping about, and then eventually when I was like, man, this ain't my forte. This ain't who I am. I just started rapping about like different things, as far as like black on black violence, you know, like a whole bunch of stuff. So it was just like, you know, it was just like a change of pace when it came down to like the whole rapping stuff. I just wasn't comfortable with just like lying to myself, telling people that, man, I do this or I serve this and da. And I wasn't none of those things.
Okay. I for sure I can honor that. You know what I'm saying? But I had this conversation with a rapper. You know what I'm saying? He was like, when I first started rapping, I was lying. It's just like basically what you said. And I was like, I more call it capping. You know what I'm saying? Just because of the fact of, you know what I'm saying, even though you might not be directly doing it, growing up in the inner city of Chicago, you know what I'm saying, you rapping about what you see, you know what I'm saying, what's actually going on, you know what I'm saying. So if anybody, you know what I'm saying, in Chicago, I feel like a lot of artists, I wouldn't say you was lying, you was putting icing on that.
I feel you, but it was like, and you lying though, you feel me? Because now when you get these people that press you about what you talking about in these songs, then what? You can't just be like, oh man, I was just playing and da 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 da. It's like, man, you got to stand on that business now, because like Chicago, they really press you about that. Like if you talking about what you doing or whatever, people gonna want to really see if you about that, especially being in the city, especially being from the West Side alone. Like, nigga, the West Side is small. People think Chicago is a huge city. Chicago is small, bro. Like
bumping people on any side.
Man, I done bumped into people that I got into it on Facebook with, not knowing that I'm gonna see this person the very next day. So it's like all that you rapping in them songs, man, you gotta live that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you doing the music. What part of you doing the music? You was like, man, this ain't. What do you remember the instance? Was it in the middle of making a song? You was like, man, I just walked out of the studio.
It was like it was really more so like after just sitting back and listening to the songs and just like seeing like that ain't me, and then like going into doing songs with my brother. It's like his style of rapping was different. He wasn't talking about killing people and, you know, hitting this girl and that girl or whatever. He was like really on some lyrical J. Cole type stuff, and it was like we had eventually did a song together called Views in Life, and I was playing catch up but I was like right there, like neck and neck. I'm like, man, he J. Cole, I'm Kendrick. I'm right there with you. Ain't no leaving me behind type thing. And it was just like doing that one song with him is what turned me into like, I can't do this type of rap no more because that ain't me. So even if I go back and do a song today, I'm not gonna rap about shooting this person or killing this person. I'm gonna really like rap, like,
Right.
Cause I always been into lyrics. I ain't never really been into the whole drill thing. I always been into like, I'm an old school rap type of guy, so I'm listening to Twista, Crucial Conflict, Do or Die, you know, rap like that, like that's actually lyrical. You know, even though Twista talk about like killing people, whatever, but if you go back and listen to what he's talking about, like, and actually listen, it's like, dude, really cold, like really cold. Like I'm a Andre 3000 big crit type of guy.
He was talking about killing people, blowing people up.
Yeah, but it's like
say that
lyrically the way how he, man, look, lyrically the way how he was doing it, you like, yo, like, dude, really,
a lot
like,
of old Twista songs.
Killer Song, like, it's
Killer
a lot of songs that,
you
know, it's a lot of songs that he got like that, but it was like,
shit.
he was lyrically killing people
for sure.
though, like lyrically, like take yourself outside of that whole like thinking that way and just like listen to the lyrics, like, bro, it's really.
You had mentioned something in your last interview when you was like they was taking him off Jay songs because he was killing them or something. I'm like, I ain't never heard that before.
So he got a song with Jay-Z, Memphis Bleak, Missy Elliott. Is That Your Chick?
I fuck with Memphis.
Yeah, he got the Is That Your Chick? Is That Your Chick? Why you all in his foot? Twist was actually on the original song, but he went so crazy they took him off. Like G went crazy on that song, killing everybody. Jay-Z, Bleak. Jay-Z had 2 verses on that song, and his one verse was still better. But they had to take him off. He was going too crazy.
Do they got any other songs other than Champ? No, Jay-Z one of them.
Is That Your Chick? Talking about Twista and Jay-Z, they got a couple of songs. But I know, you know, Twist was signed to Rockefeller at one point in time.
Right, that's why.
So it was like he did the Champion song with Benny Single, Dang Dash, Kanye, Cameron, and it was like, dude literally had like one of the best verses on the song.
Right, but that's why I know the connection. I just don't know Twista and Jigga.
Yeah,
collabs pop out to me.
They got a couple. I can't think of it right now, but
for sure,
like, Is That Your Chick is the one that stands out the most.
All right, so did you get straight out of music? Because I know you mentioned too that you was fucking with the producing, or you was doing that at the same time.
I was doing like the whole music thing, and it was just like in the midst of me doing you know, the rapping stuff. Eventually, I was like, man, I want to start making beats, and that's what I started doing, like making the beats or whatnot. And as I started making beats, because it was like, man, I could hear this going here, this going there. It's like started really breaking down and analyzing the beat. I in turn end up going to a video shoot one day with my brother, and he had our homie named Dewey that was there that was like shooting the video. So I'm like, man, Dewey, let me see your camera real quick. And I was just started like directing my brother on what he should do in the video, and I just picked up the camera, and then it was just like from making beats to like just that quick of a transition.
Okay, so you make it sound easy.
It's
so
not.
so that's why I said, so how did you get the camera game? You know what I'm saying? Like anybody can pick up a camera and record. So how did you know what I'm saying, learn about
YouTube
syncing? Okay, YouTube University.
Like YouTube, yeah, man. YouTube,
so what I really want to ask you is, what was your background in the video game prior to that? Did you have any background whatsoever? You was just like this.
Like literally, bro. The way how my video career started off was like this. Went to go do a video shoot with my brother.
Was you in the video?
I was in the video. Like literally in the video and everything. But it's one particular scene where nobody's in the video besides my brother and one of our homies named Nate. So, you feel me? Them in that particular scene where we're in the football field, I'm behind the camera. So you can kind of see the difference between when Dewey shot it and when I shot it. But it's like, I shot it though. So it's like literally after that, I want to say like the very next week, I had got paid from work. And I had told one of my homies named Twan, I'm like, man, I'm finna get ready to go buy me a camera. Bro, you go buy a camera, we shooting a video tonight. I literally go to Best Buy, I buy a Lumix GX85. And that same night, I ain't know how to work the camera, I ain't know how to do nothing besides press record. That same night, we shot a video.
No frame rate?
No nothing, bro. Like, I'm talking about fresh out of the box, out my trunk. in the middle of the block. Very first video.
Okay. How did it turn out? Is it something that you put out?
Yeah, I put it out. It was like my very first, look, bro, my very first video. I shot it. I edited it the same week, the same day, actually. I had went straight in the crib and started editing. The very next day, like, I ain't no plugins, no nothing. It don't even have a title, like a real title on the beginning of it. I just slapped it out there, put it on YouTube. Okay. And I just took off, like, just went
how did you personally feel about it? Did you feel like it was your best work?
I was happy. I was just happy to be like, I'm doing it. And this is something that I'm like, could be proud of, because it's like, yo, I went out and made this purchase and investment. I'm actually happy behind it. Because with the producing stuff, it was like, yeah, I'm happy behind it, but I don't have the sense of I'm going to make it behind it. It's like, I'm slight with it. Got people in the hood that ain't really rocking with the beat. So, of course, that's like making me feel some type of way, or like it's killing my confidence. Pick up a camera the first time, everybody want a free video. Ain't nobody finna turn down a free video. They'll turn down a free beat, but a free video? Man, what? Come on, we gone. So now I'm shooting videos for free, back to back to back. I can do this. I got this. And then like YouTube started teaching me how to do small stuff here and there. Man, then I charged somebody my first time for a video. I was like, man, I just made everything that I just spent on my producing stuff. I just made back within 2-3 videos of me just starting out. I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Okay. You remember? So you did research on YouTube for your cameras too, because I believe you shoot Sony now. So when did you make that transition? Was it a YouTube thing?
Yeah, because it really was more of a looking at videos type of thing. I was my favorite videographer is Jerry Production. And it was like he was shooting videos going crazy. And I'm like, man, what kind of camera he shoot with? And one day he just so happened to drop like a behind the scenes of something that he was doing for somebody. And I just so happened to get a chance to look at the camera and it said Sony. So I'm like, okay. I went to Best Buy, and started looking at all the different Sony cameras until I seen the one that looked exactly like the one that he had. Sony A73S.
Still no name, no specs, or nothing.
I just said Sony. That's all I said on the front was Sony. So when I seen it, I seen the price, and then that's when I went on YouTube and started like looking at the difference between the specs and things like that. Specs, what it can do, what it can't do, frame rates, slow mo, ISO, S&Q, and all that other stuff. Fell in love with it.
Do you use the S&Q, or you just shoot in 120 and slow it down?
Yeah, that's all. Because it'd be like S&Q give you so much graininess, noise. They give you so much of that, especially if you don't have the Sony A73S. Like I only got the A73. So it's like when I do slow something down, I get a little bit of noise and feedback.
Shit, my shit like old TV with the antenna.
So it's like, until I get the A73S or the A74, whatever else is out, it's like this is what I got to do. So I'm like, once I found out how to shoot in 120, I'm like, oh man, this better anyway. I still get the audio, because even if when you shoot an S&Q, you don't get the audio. I'm like, man, this is even better. I still get the audio.
Okay. What frame rates do you like to shoot in, or you flexible with whatever it calls for?
I'm flexible. Really, I like to shoot in 120 though, but I shoot some scenes in 4K, 24 frames per second. You feel me? All for the simple fact that you gotta have the 4K in there somewhere. It don't make no sense. In that case, you might as well just downgrade your quality of the camera and just go get something that shoot in HD. So it's like I shoot in 120 and then I switch over to 4K. You feel me? 24 frames per second.
Okay. What do you get into the lenses as well, or you
I literally just got into lenses, because they was more expensive than the camera. So it's like I just got into like lens searching and seeing what lens do what. So I just picked up I think it's called the Zeiss 24 through 70 millimeter. Okay. So it's like that lens right there is like, it's cold. Okay. It's cold.
And when you shooting music videos, are you more like a point and shoot, or you like to direct as well, like set up scenes, or you leave it to the artist? How does that work?
It starts off as point and shoot, but if I feel like the song has more depth that it can go into, I try to put something together, especially like if I'm on a fly type thing. I try to like But I'm really like, I tell people all the time, like, man, if you got a song and you want to try to put a vision to it, let's do that. Because like me trying to transfer over into like doing cinema videography and movies and stuff like that, like I actually want to get into the point of where it's like we really doing a movie type thing, or a scene from something, recreate a scene or implement a scene or whatever. So it's like I be trying to get into the whole gist of that, like really creating something and putting it together and making people like want to watch. So like I just recently did a video. We were out shooting it, and like they basically, the song was like a Joker song, calling all the Jokers or whatever. And it was like we didn't really have a treatment to it. We was just like, man, they was like, man, we finna put on this face paint and we gonna shoot in the middle of da-da-da-da. I'm like, okay. So then once we got to the park, I seen 2 white people sitting. I'm like, man, y'all want to be in the video? So now I got like my actors, so to speak, and that's just
they
was
over cool.
They was like,
fuck
yeah. They was like, yeah, come on, we go. I'm like, all right, bet. So I had them do like some small stuff, and when we was doing it, like I told them like, man, y'all gonna do this. I'm like really directing. So it got to a point where like in the video, the white girl almost fell. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what I need, because it's stereotypical. I'm definitely going to keep it in there. So it was just like stuff like that. It got me excited about the video, because now I'm actually putting a storyline to it. I'm actually giving the people something to watch. It's like it got something more than just standing around doing this, doing that. And it's like it's actually exciting to watch now.
Okay. So just speaking on it being exciting, you know what I'm saying, and having your preference and not people just standing around. Well, let me ask you this. What type of videos that you don't like to shoot? You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been in a situation you're like, man, this ain't, man, hurry up and get this.
It's those typical videos when you got 70 niggas that want to point these guns at you, and you know, you got all this smoke flying around, and it's like, especially if the song is like not the greatest, it's like, yo, do you really gotta point this gun at me for this song?
Yeah. See, my thing is, and I'm only one video in, but I ain't put it out because I ain't like how it turned out. I used some S&Q, you know what I'm saying? Right. I forgot my gimbal and stuff, and then like it was some shorties, like he telling me they finna have a crib, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be females. Shorty, I get to, we in a trenches somewhere. Shorty, it's dark. They talking about they can't get in the crib. It's him for his homies in the gangway. Shorty, I'm on shorty. So I tell him, I don't care if you have a pipe. I got PSD. Don't point no pipe at me, man. I don't care if you just don't point at me, man. And then, you know, ain't no telling. You know what I'm saying? So
that's like my biggest fear is like, because even when I'm doing videos like that, I tell people, all right, look, man, take this. You got your gun, you gonna have it in the video, you know, take the one out the head, put it on safety, you feel me? Do whatever you gotta do, cause I ain't trying to hit no oops, I ain't trying to, my bad, none of that, bro. Like, go ahead, do what you gotta do so I can protect my safety and your safety as well. You feel me? Cause like, we live in a generation where people don't understand my bads no more. You feel me? Like, people gonna want vengeance, even if it is a mistake. Somebody gonna want some type of get back. So rather than have my people feeling some type of way, your people feeling some type of way, let's be safe about this and let's do this the right way.
So with that being said, what kind of videos do you have a preference on what you like to shoot? Is it females? Is it R&B songs? Is it?
I actually want to get into doing more R&B, because like R&B, you have to create a treatment. You have to have some type of something with the R&B video. It's not gonna look right if it's just a regular. You know, you can't do R&B videos regular. Right. You just can't. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. You cannot do an R&B video regular. And I shot one R&B video, and then it was like, after that, it was like, haven't shot one since, but I'm trying my best to get back into it, though, because I love R&B videos. Especially, like, if the song good, you get to make, like, man, look, I can make a baby to this song and have fun with it. Like, come on, man, why not?
Okay.
You know?
Okay, so you mentioned just enjoying doing it, recording, and really purely enjoying it. How do you feel about the editing process? I heard somebody mention something like they don't like the editing. I'm like, that's my favorite part.
Well, once again, it's like it all depends on you. Me personally, I love editing. You know, especially when I learn something new, I'm like, oh yeah, man. Like, I'll go crazy with one effect after I learn it so much. It's like, you know, because it's like I really enjoy it, but it's like, you know, You got some people out there that just enjoy the whole shooting part, which is like, that's cool too. But it's like, once you get into editing, now this is where the hard work comes in. This is what sets you aside and sets you different from everybody else, because now it's like, you know, people gonna be like, man, who edited? I did. What? You edited too? You shot it and edited? Yeah, I did all that. You color grade? Yeah, I did all that. And it's like, now that sets you apart. And because like, once you start editing and you go crazy with the edits, that's how your clientele comes. You can shoot a video with the best angles, but them edits is what really matter the most.
For sure. So, and another one of my favorite parts personally is all the type of different equipment and shit. So, what kind of equipment do you have? Do you have certain equipment? Are you handheld shooter, a gimbal, tripod?
Gimbal.
What type?
I'm mostly gimbal and handheld. A lot of the songs that you deal with nowadays be up tempo, upbeat. So it's like those handhelds be the ones that you really try to use the most. The gimbal is like another thing that you try to use the most for that smooth and crispiness. So it's like either or. It's like a thing with me, but mostly gimbal and handheld. You know, and I just got into this whole thing where I'm finna go grab the little suction cup thing where I can stick it on side of the car and stuff like that for those purposes. But yeah, for sure.
So I was already flying the drone before I even picked the camera up. So you know what I'm saying, I can't wait to use that.
Yeah, I got a drone too. I haven't used it as much as I would like.
Me neither.
But it's like, you know, I got one just for the purposes of like when I do get into certain videos where I want to be able to do X, Y, and Z, I can do it.
Set yourself apart. Hey.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay. So you said you liked your first video. So this probably be a hard question. What's your favorite video you done up to this point, and why?
My favorite video, I love all my videos. And all of them. Because I ain't got man, look, you ain't finna hide. Man, no, we ain't doing that. But I love all my videos, but nothing to take the cake besides my first video that I did out of town. Like, that was my first.
What was the location? Where you
Cali.
At? Oh,
so it was like, man.
It seemed like all the cameraman, you ain't no cameraman until you go to Cali.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you got the palm trees, you ain't no cameraman.
Man, bro, when I tell you, like, the video wasn't the best, I could grant you that. The video wasn't the best, but it was like somebody took a chance on me, gave me an opportunity. My boy Pedro, I never for like, you know, forever thankful for that opportunity. Him and his brother, you feel me? Both of them shot a video with me out there. But it was just like, man, I'm in Cali. We talking about Christmas time, and you know, I don't celebrate, but we talking about like good weather versus Chicago. I can be in Chicago, cold as ever, bro. Right. I'm in Cali. Nice
that shit
weather.
Always look weird to me though. The decorations with no snow. That shit always look weird to me. They still playing lights.
It was Cali. I wasn't even thinking about that, bro. I'm thinking about this beach, this weather, this food. Like, man, bro, like it was like one of the best experiences I had, and then just to be able to do what I love and get paid. That was the thing, bro. I didn't have to come out of pocket for nothing besides food while I was done. So I get free room and board, free flight, everything paid for, and I get to make money.
Yeah.
Like making money. And it's my first time flying. Like, this is my first time on a plane on top of that. Man. So, man, ain't nothing gonna beat that experience. Like, shooting that video. I'm in Cali. We going to the, you feel me, to the, this was like right around the same time Kobe died and everything. So it's like,
oh no,
LA packed, the memorials, man, it was nice.
Okay. So you mentioned that you didn't like how it turned out, and you could speak on that specifically. But what I really want to ask you was, what don't you like in the video? Like when you sit down to edit, what type of shots do you be like, I really ain't like that? What type of things you see that just make it?
I love everything about it, bro. It's like the only thing that I hate when I'm shooting videos is that when you're working with an artist and they have like a whole bunch of people with them, but the people not on point in the video. I could be shooting a video and the artist could be rapping. Somebody in the background want to turn around and start talking. Somebody want to walk off during the middle of the video. Somebody want to walk in the middle of the video. But sometimes those walk-in shots be good. But when you walking out in the middle of the video, it's like, come on, bro. So now it may be a good performance scene by the rapper, but I got to cut it short because you done walked out on his performance scene. And then you don't walk back in until the end of the video. So now it's like, come on, bro, you just threw off the whole momentum of the video because now I got to try to figure out how to edit around you doing this. And it was like one video I did, and I didn't notice until after the video was out, was like, it was just one guy that was just like threw off the whole shot because he said he wanted to talk to everybody else in the background, answering his phone, throwing up Snapchat. It's like, yo, bro, we're in the middle of a video shoot, bro. Like, y'all trying to get rich off this. Like, come on, man. You got to be active. But it's just like, it was like, to me, I was looking at that as a lack of support for your homie. Because it's like, man, if you here for your homie, you got to be on point. You got to do what's needed of you to make this video as raw as possible. And doing all this and being a distraction at the time your homie rapping, that ain't being on point. That ain't helping him out none. Now you make my job and his job harder because now we got to start over. And he and Moe, like, we'll be and Moe getting the best thing ever, and it takes one person to mess it up. Mm. So that's like the biggest pet peeve that I have when it comes to videos.
Do you do you care about like how much time you spend on a shoot, like how many scenes or anything? Yep. What how many scenes you think you need or
I mean, you could never not have enough scenes. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're doing these shoots and whatnot,
just like situations you were speaking.
Yeah, like you just come across. But even with that, like if everything goes smooth, like you never know what could do in the video or what footage you could grab that makes the video pop even more. Like I was shooting the video out and the guy was like, "Man, you want me to do a donut?" Yeah, go ahead. You feel me? Stuff like that. So it's like you trying to do everything and make everything time consuming or whatever, but you got these people, like I say, that some people just unprofessional. Some people just don't respect your time. And it's like you trying to be able to understand the person and you want to do good business, but how am I going to do good business if you're not respecting what I got going on? You're not even giving me a reason or why I should stay extra and don't charge because you're not respecting my time. You don't show up on time. Then when you do show up, now we got all these different things that we got to wait for. We got to wait for this person. We got to wait for that person. When it's like, yo, when I get here at this time, because I'm going to want to be on time and be professional, because if I'm late, now the video got to go over. Or if I got another video after this, now they got to wait because I ain't done with your video. Or it's like, you know, it's just like a haircut. When you go to a barbershop, you don't want to be coming in the barbershop and the barber, man, he just now getting started and telling you, yo, you got to wait because he just got here. It's like, come on, bro. Right. Now you ready to go to another barber. Versus if everybody on time, professional, you know, and you come across your barber, you like, man, bro, my bad, man, go ahead, do your thing, because he know he good for business. And that's just like, yeah, my time is very, like, man, it's my time. This is what we getting paid for. You go to work, you get paid for that time. You ain't trying to stay over. If you stay over, you trying to get paid for staying over.
Right, for sure. Time and a half, double, whatever they offer.
For sure.
So, have you ever done a video where the artist didn't like it? They was like, it's too many effects, not enough effects, and what was that situation like?
It was terrible, bro. Because you get some people who, like, they expect Cole Bennett work for next to nothing. And it's like, yo, bro, I'm not, who you think I am, man? This ain't what, and that's what I try to tell people, like, this ain't what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Cole Bennett. If you want Cole Bennett, go pay Cole Bennett. If you want whoever, go pay whoever. Straight Glass is about quality over quantity. Like, I want you to be able to say, man, I had a platform where I was able to perform. If you get an interview, you feel me, you don't want the sound bogus, you don't want the, you feel me, the person in the background talking to the camera, you want your interview. So like when you want your video, if I got a whole bunch of transitions going through the video, people not really paying attention to your song. They just trying to see what transition is next. They trying to see what effect is next. They like, man, whoever did this, he raw. So now it takes away from you, but it goes to the videographer. Now back to like Jerry Productions. Jerry Productions don't do a whole bunch of crazy transitions in his videos, but his videos is clean, they raw, and the transitions that he do got, they are effective. They gonna catch your eye. Why? Because it's like that's how the platform is caught. And then on top of that, the song is gonna be raw.
For sure.
So like only time you gotta overly affect and do all that is when the person know that the song is weak or they don't really have confidence in what they got going on. Right. So it was like with those experiences, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, and if it don't turn out the way how you expected it, I can't do nothing about that because I told you in the get go, this is not what I do. This is my, and I let people know like this is my quality and this is what I do. I'm about quality.
Yeah, me for sure, man. I love clean, crisp videos, man. That's what I love, and that's crazy you mentioned Jerry wasn't Jerry Productions. He shoot a lot of dirt shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. His shit be over clean, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't all
Nothing
a lot
too
of
crazy though.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so now you got your strap with the camera. You know what I'm saying? I see you out and about. What would you say your personal highlight of your camera career has been so far? Like a certain video, a certain event. You know what I'm saying? What's the night you can remember?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I still got things to do and places to go because I know, like, coming up the Young Jeezy concert, who was one of my favorite rappers of all time. So it's like get to go film that type thing. It's like a highlight that I'm looking forward to. But right now, the biggest highlight that I have had is working with Twista. Like, that's like one of my favorite artists of all time. And it's just like to see him in action. You know, you listen to the songs, you listen to the Overnight Celebrities, you listen to slow jams, and you like, man, bro. And just to hear like going crazy, but to actually see it and to be on stage, like I'm on stage with it. Like I ain't in the crowd. I'm on stage. Like I got videos of him shouting me out, shaking my like all like really being next to somebody who I like look up to in the music world, like that I'm a real fan of. It's like that's like the biggest, like by far. I have not been starstruck by any other celebrity after meeting him and hanging with him, because it's like, yo, I'd have met the person who I had up here. I'd have met my Michael Jordan already. The only person that has made me starstruck so far that I met, like being like this with, Herbo. That's like the only rapper that it made me like, yo, this Herb. Like, yo, this Herb. Oh, bro.
How did you and Twista meet? What's the connection now?
Now you asking. Like,
hey, that's what we here for, man.
So Twista is family.
Okay, for sure.
That's my cousin, and you know, just like being put in the right positions, and you know, being able to say like, yo, this your cousin. It's like, oh, okay, like yeah.
Give me his number.
This was before I even like, you know, really got into the whole music thing. It was like just like found like, yo, man, this your cousin. What? Huh? Him? And this is like at the time I'm a fan. Like I'm just going on fan. Like even to this day, I don't look at it as family. I look at it like I'm a fan, bro. Like I'm really a fan. Like even when we go around, he man, what up, cuz? Like you Twista, like you know. But I'm just a fan though.
Okay. So you mentioned Jerry Productions. Is there any other cameraman that you watch and probably like take notes from, or you just think, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody that got a camera, from Jerry Productions, my homie Tay Productions, Kiso Productions, anybody in Chicago, Laka is one of my favorite videographers too, and I got his number personally, so it'd be like, you know, like even though we don't talk, you feel me, like we ain't the best of friends.
He been in this shit for a minute
you feel
too.
Me? Like I think I text bro like one time, like he gave me his number on some genuine like call me, talk to me type thing, and I texted one time asking him for feedback. And he had nothing crazy to say. Like, man, your video's great. You just gotta work on your likeness. It was just like to get a response back from somebody who I look at like, yo, this nigga cold. It's like, you know, it was just like people
and
like
it's
that.
real constructive criticism. Ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Why your shit so dog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but shout out to my boy Tay Productions though. Like I could really, Tay Productions and Kiso is like two people that really, in Green's Vision. I cannot forget Green's Vision. I cannot forget my boy Green's Vision. But those three videographers are people that took me on and like wanted to see me grow together. Like we all wanted to eat together type thing. Like I met them in separate occasions, but we all wanted to grow and eat together. It wasn't no competition. It wasn't no hating. Like Green's Vision is actually the first videographer that taught me something. Like bro really was like teaching me the game, showing me how to add effects to videos. Like he took me to a video shoot and like paid me just for going with him on some like, man, just because you was with me type thing. Like really showing me genuine love. And then Kiso, who was shooting a lot for FBG Cash, he was just like a brother to me. Like, man, what up? Somebody introduced us. I can't even remember who, but they introduced us, and it was like we was locked in. And then eventually, like now, me and Tay, we just did the Dave East concert together not too long ago, and it's like everything came off of generosity, like wanting to see each other win and motivating each other to go to the next level type thing. So like when I look at my peers, so to speak, I don't look at nobody like to be in competition. I look at this person like, man, yeah, I know I want to get better than you, but at the same time, I want to grow with you or grow like next to you. So it's like, you feel me? Like, yeah, bro.
Okay. So before I got a couple more questions before I get you up out of here. So do you have a personal goal like to what you want to get up out the camera? Like you said, you know what I'm saying, still more to come. Is this some personal goal you got set in your mind? Like I want to do Coachella or, you know, I want to do the VMAs, red carpet. What's your goals?
Man, to be honest with you, bro, it's just like, I don't know. I just want to have a platform where I can say that I did what I was supposed to do. You know, like everybody's goal is to, you know, make sure that they family eat and to do all these different things. Wherever this camera leads me to is where I want to go. You know, I'm not, like I say, bro, I'm not turning down. I ain't gonna say I'm not turning down no opportunities, because every opportunity is a good opportunity. But, you know, whatever I could do to get myself to a place where I'm making sure that my family eat and I'm being able to be a platform for others, it's like, that's what I want to do. Like, even if it's just like creating documentaries for people or whatever, like if that's just the best that this camera could give me, that's what I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. If I do go film the VMAs, like if that's what the camera give me, that's what I'm gonna do. But right now, it's like, man, being able to be a platform for the ones in the hood still.
Mm-hmm. And so this is another question I want to ask you that kind of slipped my mind. But with just me trying to dip my feet in it as well, you know what I'm saying? I was curious, you know what I'm saying? I see people release videos different ways, you know what I'm saying? So do you release all your videos on your platforms, or do you give them to the artists? Is the price difference, if anything changed?
I give them to the artists. Because, like, regardless of, I ain't gonna say regardless of, but regardless of if it's on my platform or your platform, if the video blow, they gonna see my intro in the beginning of it. Mm-hmm. It only make a difference. Why do I want to charge? I'm already charging you to shoot your video. Why do I want to charge you to release your video as well? Because it's the same way how you release it. I could go back and release it a couple of days later. You know, but like I say, regardless of what, whoever channel is on is gonna blow. Like right now, my channel sit at 143,000 views in its entirety. You get what I'm saying? But I have views on other platforms. That's, matter of fact, the video that I shot for Real Young G, that video is 75,000. Mm-hmm. I got a video with my guy London and his crew, the CLR Music Group, 57,000. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, whoever watched that video, they got to see Straight Glass at the beginning of it.
For sure.
They got to know that Straight Glass shot it. So even when I go places, people to see my logo, they be like, man, I know you. And it's like, they probably ain't never met me, but they done seen the video and they done seen the logo. So they like, man, you feel me? Yeah, I done seen you places. It's like, man, yeah, you seen me.
And if you don't mind me asking, did you create your intro?
Oh, man, nah, bro. My intro, rest in peace, my boy.
That shit raw. That shit raw.
My boy Monty B, man. I was out filming one day for my homie Twine, and we was out filming in the back of like these houses or whatever, and he had he found like a big glass sheet. Like, yeah, you got to get this on camera, and you feel me? He like, make that go straight glass, and broke it, slammed it down. And then my very first intro that I got, I had found cracked glass transition. I slapped it over my logo. And then eventually I ended up paying somebody overseas to create the straight glass logo that I got now, but I still use his voice and him cracking the glass. I just use it in the back. So now when the video come on and they see the glass bursting, that's actually him in the background bursting the glass on the ground. I just like put the sound effects to it to make it amplified.
That shit dope. That shit dope.
My boy Monty B, bro, like literally, bro, gave me that, and he became the voice for my channel. And like ever since then, like that's how people remember me. People don't even remember like the whole transition of the glass. Mm-hmm. People be like, man, that straight glass. That's everywhere I go, everybody like. Yeah,
I remembered it without the sound, because during your interview, I had I was pulling your work up. You know what I'm saying? Checking it out. I was like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's something I'm trying to work on myself, and it's, you know, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, trying to get everything right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
for sure.
It's tough, but that's the type of shit I like. So I like editing. Sure. If I can't figure it out, I like going on YouTube. How do you walk the bar?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be sitting here for hours.
For sure. It'd be like, you know, I'd be wanting to do half of that stuff myself, but I'd be realizing like, hey, you can't do everything, bro. You gotta sometimes you gotta pay somebody to do something. So it's just like, you know, I reached out to one of my homies. I was like, man, I'm looking for a graphic designer. my homie D-Rax, he had just dropped a mixtape, him and DJ Amaris, and I'm like, he's like, man, this the person that created the cover for my mixtape, and then I just reached out to him, and he just helped me like bring forth the vision of what I had wanted for my intro.
Okay, what was your reaction to that first 50K? Was you watching it go up? Was it you looked on it one day and it was at 50? What was
I was watching my page. I was watching my page all for the simple fact that I was like, man, my goal when I first started dropping videos was like 50. I had a goal for 100,000. That was like my goal right off the back. I'm like, man, my first year I got to do 100,000, even though I didn't get it. But it was just like,
not all in one, but you got it. You know
yeah. But it was like I had started dropping videos with different people, and one of the artists that I did do a video with, TB1300, it was just like the video that we did together. I think it had did like 7K. And then it was like another video that I did with the artist Big Homie Twan did 10K. But once I started seeing those ones that started doing more than 1,000 views, I'm like, okay, I'm on the way. Man, my thing hit 50,000 subscribers, man. I went to the liquor store immediately, got a bottle of Bella, like I done won a championship. Pop, man, look, yeah, it's over with. But it was just like seeing that first 50K, like it made me come to the realization, like, you got something on your hand. You feel me? You ain't, cause it was like people was looking like, yo, bro, you got how many views in how many months? It was like, man, a lot of people don't even get that in a year. For real. So it was just like getting those views and accumulating them. It was like people started seeing my work, and then I just had people telling me like, nah, dude, you cold. You really got something. So I'm like, I got something. I just got to keep going. So it was like seeing that, and then when I finally hit 100,000, I'm like, oh, this real. And then like started getting those email alerts from YouTube, like, oh man, you on your way for monetization. I'm like, oh yeah, this real. It's like, okay. So it was just like, yeah. And then like when I finally hit like that, and then when I started seeing my videos go crazy on other platforms, and then like I literally just did a tally up today. It was like to be at a little bit over 300,000 views in 2 years, and I'm like, yo, like 2 years, like that's 150,000 views per year. So just imagine if I start working with artists that just gonna help me bring in the regular. So if I'm doing 150, 300,000 by myself with local artists, just imagine what I do like eventually with bigger artists and stuff like that.
Okay. You ever had an artist not put out a video?
Yep.
Okay. How'd that make you feel? Was it a back and forth situation? Like, man, put it out. You just like,
nah, man, it was just like a learning experience. Like, man, you still got growing to do. You still got, you feel me? You still got a long way to go. Like, I got 2 videos right now because of me and artists. We fell out, and it was like I would love to release the videos, but the situation that took place, I would never release them. But it's like, you feel me? Like, you had those situations. I got a couple of artists that, you know, eventually they will release the videos, but it's like I know that they're gonna release them once I done pop. Nah, man, he shot this for me when he was down here. It's like, man, you could have did that then. Right. And now that I'm getting to this point, I get better. You can't do nothing but get better. Anytime you doing something, especially with a trade or something
putting
like that,
that work in,
man, it's like wine. You get better with time. So it's
that's
like,
how I feel. Every next project always better than the last.
Like, man, that didn't go too well. You feel me? I get it. But even with you putting it out, since it didn't go too well, man, this next one, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it because I want that relationship to grow. But when you got people that try to do you that way, you like, all right, man, cool. That's fine.
All right. So before I let you go, music videos is one aspect you can do with a camera. It's a lot of other things you can do with a camera. So do you got any interest outside of music videos?
Yeah, like I was telling you, I'm in the process of filming documentaries on certain individuals. So I have this docu-series that I'm trying to create called Who Are You?, which introduces basically kind of like the next black entrepreneurs. Even if you're an artist, a rapper that's actually having attraction, and you know, like you see your fan base run. If you want somebody to document now until you get to a certain level in life, it's like that's what I'm trying to do. So right now I have I've recorded a couple of episodes with my guy Mark Lauren, who's a fashion designer, and he's currently designing custom bomber jackets for the cast of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air season 2. He done did the Neighborhood TV show with Cedric the Entertainer. He done did a couple of things with Idris Elba. We was just supposed to go to Cali not too long ago before the situation happened with Regina King's son, and he was supposed to do something for her. So it's just like he working with all these different peoples and whatnot. But I'm just a part of the team, and he taking me with him to go film, like, you know, him doing this thing and stuff like that. And it's turning into a documentary. And my mentor that I'm getting ready to work with, named Brandon McGee, he's a black entrepreneur that owns his own tech company, and it's called Create Technologies. But it's like to document him from going from a kid from Chicago to a millionaire at where he stays now and what he's doing now in life. So that's like one thing that I'm doing with the documentaries. And then I'm also trying to get into this thing called In the Vault, which is kind of, it's similar to what Eze do with From the Block, but it's a total different concept, because it's like I want to actually go and find an old bank vault and have a person come in and like bring a deposit, but really the vault is like where you keep your music, the unreleased music or whatever, but you actually freestyling it or whatever.
Right.
Stuff like that.
Okay. That definitely sounds dope, man. Like I said, man, first time I heard about you and heard you talk, I've been, you know what I'm saying, check you out ever since. That's the one thing I love too. I love to like watch I watch music. I don't even listen to a lot of the music, you know what I'm saying? I just watch a music video just to see, you know what I'm saying, how they working and what's going on. I definitely be tuned in
to the podcast and stuff like that, bro. You know, it's just like, it's amazing what you're doing, bro. Like, you feel me? Because you actually using your platform to get people to, you know, you the Vlad of the hood, basically. You giving people the opportunity to be able to come and showcase their talents and stuff like that. So, you know, man, you got to keep doing your thing.
Man,
so
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Go ahead, tell the people where they can find Straight Glass, where they can watch the work, where they can work with you.
Of course, the YouTube channel is Straight Glass, so you look up Straight Glass, you'll find me there. Instagram is straight_glass. I just created a Twitter. I think it's straight_glass3. I'm not too familiar with it. Facebook, Straight Glass, or Tamel Woods. Either one, you can find me.
For sure,
it ain't hard. I'm not hard to get up with, as some people say.
Okay. So appreciate you coming through, man. Definitely gonna have to have you back, man. Definitely gonna have to work together.
We finna be the Boosie and Vlad.
Definitely gonna have to shadow you on some projects or something. Oh,
for sure. Nah, definitely, bro. We locked in for sure. Man, look, shout out to my girl Delectable. Because if it wasn't for her, this wouldn't have happened. So shout out to Delectable.
Hey, D put me in a few rooms.
When she say
fly,
Big bro. D, not the little one. That's my sister, man. For real.
For sure.
Shout out to her.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming through in a minute.
For sure.